Hello everyone and welcome to another video in the query formula series on Google Sheets. In the previous video, we saw how to select the columns and write our first query. The beginning queries, which always start from select, and you select a bunch of columns as is. Okay, so we did that, and this is where we had stopped, where there's a table here and we selected a bunch of 5 columns. 3 columns were dimension columns and 2 were fact columns. Now in this video, we are going to be looking at the next clause, which is the where clause. And in the where clause is where we do filtration of the data. Okay, so if you have not understood how we went about doing this select process over here, I would request you to please go back to the previous video and then come back to this one. Thank you very much. Now, let us create a scenario where we want to filter some of the rows on this table. Okay, so let's say I want to filter it by the retailer. Okay, let's say I want to see it only for certain retailers. So we have Foot Locker, we have Walmart, and some other West Gears, right? So let's look for Walmart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be editing this query to filter the data. So anything you write after the where clause, right? You can stack filters one by one in after the where. So once you're done with the select, as you can see here, I have select and I have 5 columns added. I'm going to then type where. So this is where, and now I'll have to specify the filtering condition over here. Right. So generally when you look at filtering at the most fundamental level, either in Excel or a Google Sheet, what we do is we have a data, we put auto filter, hit the drop down of the column you want to filter, and then you choose the values you want, right? It could be one value, it can be more than one value. And that's exactly what we are doing here as well. But the only difference is we are just typing it out. So I've selected 5 columns, I've put a where, and now I'm going to specify the filter. So I want to see the data for retailer is equal to Walmart. Okay, so retailer is my first column, so that's going to be column A. So I'm going to say where A is equal to Walmart. Now I'm writing a text filter into the formula, and because the entire formula otherwise is in inverted commas, the text filter that you want to add, that is the label, has to be within single quotes. Okay, so under this I'm going to type Walmart, and then I'm going to close this. And now you can see all the data is filtered for retailer is equal to Walmart. Okay, so this is a simple filter we have added to the table that we have already created, and we can see the rows filtered for this table. Now let us look at how to add another condition. Okay, now this is where we are going to see how to use the where formula by adding more than one condition and how to stack them. So in this case, I have now retailer is equal to Walmart, but I want to see it for a specific region as well. Okay, so I have South over here. So let's say I'll pick South. Now to do this, we use our logical operators, our classic logical operators, and, or, and not, to combine different conditions under the where bracket. Okay, so I have written A is equal to Walmart, and I want also region is equal to South. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a classic and over here, and I'm going to say region is equal to South. So region is going to be my second column in the table, which is column D. So D is equal to South. Same way in single quotes. And now you can see for retailer as Walmart and region is equal to South, we have all the rows filtered and all the data is filtered. Okay. Now what happens if you want to see it for 2 retailers? If you want to see it for not just Walmart but also, let's say, Amazon. I'm pretty sure there's Amazon in this data set, so I want to add it for both as well. Okay, now what you can do in this is we have to specify 2 conditions for A. A is equal to Walmart and A is equal to Amazon. Okay, so if I do it in this way, okay, let's forget about the D is equal to South for now, and let's only focus on the retailer. If I do A is equal to Walmart and A is equal to Amazon, you see that the table has disappeared. Okay, like what we had for Walmart is also not showing. Okay, why is that? That's because if you actually look at the table itself, you see that every row is occupied by a single retailer name. Okay, so every row has only a single retailer. So these have Walmart, this has Foot Locker, these have Sports Direct, and so on and so forth. So when you say A is equal to Walmart and A is equal to Amazon, what's happening here? You are saying that you want to filter for those rows where A is equal to Walmart and A is equal to Amazon, which means in an AND function, as you know, both conditions have to be true for the AND operation to be true, which means I want to filter for those rows where A is equal to Walmart and A is equal to Amazon. So can you do that in this instance? Can you put A is equal to Walmart and Amazon at the same time? You can't, because every row is occupied by a single retailer name. Okay, so there's no way you can do AND in this, because it can either be Walmart or it can be Amazon. It can't be both at the same time, and which is what your AND operation needs, for both these statements to be true, for the operation to be true, and for the output to come. So right now what's happened is there is no instance where both of them can be true. It has to be either this or this, right? So instead of writing it as AND, you write it as OR. So the fundamental ask of an OR is any one of the operations, if it is true, then the output is true. And in this case, what happens is certain rows will have Walmart and certain rows will have Amazon, right? So any one of them is true, the output is visible. If I just enter it now, and there you go. So you have retailer is equal to Walmart, and if I scroll some more, I can see Amazon as well. Okay, so this is a subtle difference in the way we use the logical operators, and when we are trying to stack up the filters. Okay, but this would work well if you have a separate column. Like in the previous instance, we said column D is equal A is equal to Walmart and D is equal to South. Why will that work is because you have instances where both Walmart and South will come together simultaneously, because they are in separate columns, whereas in the retailer's case it's in the same column. So it can either be that A is Walmart or it can be that A is equal to Amazon. Okay, and that is why in this case you have to use OR and not AND. Now to add our previous condition where region is equal to South, that you can definitely use an and D is equal to South. Oops, even that's gone, right? Or is it some other error? Oh, it's another error. So I did not add single quotes to Amazon here. I'm just going to do that. And there you go. D is equal to South. So it did not filter the way as expected, because we have this filter dominating over here. But in any case, the point that I wanted to make with using the OR and the AND was made. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this, and I'm just going to bring these two together. Okay, now in the next case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a numerical filter. Okay, so let's say I want to look at A is equal to, let's go with Amazon this time. Amazon. Okay, and I'm going to say that I want to see for retailer is equal to Amazon and sales greater than equal to I think 400,000 is a good number. Yeah, 400,000. Okay, so we are going to write it as column J is the column for total sales. So column J is greater than equal to 400,000. Now in this case, this is a number filter. We are taking a numerical filter and not a text-based filter like in the case of Amazon. So which is why in the case of a text-based filter, you put single quotes, Whereas in the case of numbers, you do not put any quotes and you just write it as is. Okay, so I'm just going to close this now. And now you can see that all the numbers, the table has also become much shorter. So all the numbers are greater than 400,000. Okay, so this is how we've stacked up two different filters in this case. One is a categorical filter and one is a number filter, and we have used an AND to bring them together because they are in separate columns. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. Where we could see how we can use the where command to add filters inside the query formula itself. So we added one condition, we added more than one condition, we saw how to use operators and or to add more filters and how they work based on whether the values are in the same column or in a different column, and so on and so forth. Maybe you might want to see the not operation as well, which is very simple. So let's say I'll reverse this, right? So if I say j is greater than equal to 40,000, I will say not j, not j, and not j is greater than equal to 400,000, which means whatever was the condition here, right now it has filtered everything for greater than 400,000. When you add a not, it negates that. So you're going to get the opposite output of it, where you're going to get j less than equal to 4,000. If I enter that, you can see now that the numbers have changed because we are negating this condition of greater than equal to 400,000 by adding a not. Okay, so rather this is the most simpler way. If you have equal to kind of a operation where you have a is equal to Amazon or something like that, it becomes much easier to say not equal to by putting the exclamation mark and equal to. But if you have situations like this is the most easiest way to do it. You put a not just before the column so that whatever filter you're setting for the column, that gets negated because of the not operator. Okay, so that's it from this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel for more data related content. We will have more data related content coming your way, and also we will be exploring more aspects of the query formula as well. So stay tuned to that, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.